Hello everyone, it's Sia, also known as Mama Solaris, the Holistic Realtor. I specialize in bridging the gap between personal wellness and financial wellness, and today we're going to talk about the home buying process because I never want lack of education to be the reason why you don't take the leap into homeownership. I want to add a disclaimer that I am North Carolina licensed, so laws are different in every single state as far as the process of home buying, so things might vary for you. But if you are in North Carolina, this will all apply to you. I know sometimes the process can be intimidating because sometimes we just don't even know where to begin. So today I'm going to teach you about the entire process from pre-approval to closing, and that way you can never use that as an excuse to not go ahead and purchase your first home. If you don't know who I am, I was a yoga and meditation teacher for 5 years, and when I got into real estate, I never wanted to let go of my mission of educating and inspiring the public to embody their highest selves. So using my background and my current education, I have been bridging the gap between personal and financial wellness, which basically means that I'm going to lead you through the whole process from a holistic perspective. We're going to really talk about how to mentally prepare yourself for the home buying process, how to get yourself energetically into a position to be able to manifest your dream home, and how your agent should be supporting you through the process as well. So go ahead and save this video so that you can come back to it as many times as you want to. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is pre-approval. Whenever you call an agent to hire them, one of the first questions they're gonna ask you is, have you been pre-approved? So let's talk about what that actually means. In order to get pre-approved for a loan, you're going to need to find a lender that works with you. Different lenders offer different programs and have different processes for getting you approved for a loan, but what's most important is that you are in alignment with the lender that you choose. You want to make sure that you actually like that person because you are going to be dealing with them through the entire transaction, and you also want to make sure that they are reputable. The lender is going to review your income, your assets, your debt, and your credit history to determine how much you can get approved for and also what loan products are going to be available to you. A good lender is going to be able to explain the different types of loans to you as well as the pros and cons of each one so you can determine which product is best for your needs. Your lender is going to let you know what documentation you need, and once you send all of that over, you can wait some time and then you will receive a pre-approval letter. Now, this pre-approval letter is very important because you cannot make an offer on a home without submitting a pre-approval letter with it. I mean, you can submit an offer without a pre-approval letter, but you most likely won't get accepted because your pre-approval letter is what's going to show the selling agent and the seller that you have the funds to be able to make the purchase. If you do not have a lender yet, please do not let that be the thing that holds you back. If you are ready to purchase a home, you can book a consultation with me via the link in my bio, and I will set you up with one of my preferred lenders, and we'll make sure that you have everything that you need to start the process. So many agents will require you to be pre-approved before they start opening doors for you. So the next step after pre-approval is going to be to hire an agent. Now, if you're located in Charlotte, North Carolina, of course, you should just go ahead and hire me and book a consultation. But if you are not, let's go ahead and talk about why it's important to hire an agent and what an agent is going to do for you. A lot of people start their home search on Zillow, and Zillow actually is a great place to look and see how much homes are being listed for in your market, how much they're selling for in your market, so you can kind of keep tabs on your area and the neighborhoods that you're interested in. But an agent is going to be able to take that search to the next level. An agent has access to something that's called the multiple listing service, or the MLS, where we see homes listed as soon as they hit the market before they're even syndicated onto Zillow. We can also keep track of the status of every single listing. So if it goes under contract, we will know immediately, whereas sometimes Zillow can have a little bit of a delayed onset when it comes to those kinds of updates. An agent is going to be able to schedule showings for you on the back end, so you don't have to do any work calling, scheduling, and doing all those things. We will ask you exactly when you're available. We'll schedule the showings for that day, and we will make sure that everything is set up perfectly for you. So all you have to do is show up and look around, really. What's most important when it comes to hiring an agent is making sure that you are in alignment with that agent. That is number one. You do not want to work with somebody who you don't vibe with, who you get bad energy from. Make sure that it feels good. You should feel like you have a relationship with your agent. You can usually tell the difference between an agent that just sees you as a paycheck or a transaction versus an agent that actually cares about your well-being. When it comes to that, I suggest you meet with the agent, speak with them, have conversations with them, talk about life with them, and really listen to your intuition as far as how you feel around them, because a lot of the times your intuition will never lie. So now we're reaching the peak now. This is the most fun part of buying a home, and that is looking for a home. So like I said, your agent will be able to look at the MLS and they can put you on what's called an MLS search. At least that's what I would do as your agent, where I'm going to put down all of the criteria down to how many bedrooms you want, how many bathrooms you want, how much acreage you want, what kind of features do you want in the house, what location, what neighborhood, what square footage. All of that stuff will be put into the MLS search and you will be notified as soon as a listing hits the market that meets those criteria. Here's what's important when it comes to manifesting your dream home. Let's not forget that first step, which was pre-approval. Your lender is going to tell you what your budget is, how much you've been pre-approved for. So we're going to visualize and we're going to manifest, but we're going to do so realistically. That's a really important thing. If you've been pre-approved for $400,000, let's not sit down and visualize $1 million home, because then we're not grounded in our visualizations. If you've been pre-approved for $400,000, go on Zillow, look at all of the homes $400,000 and below, get an idea of what it is that's accessible to you, and then start visualizing from there and get really, really specific about what it is that you want. Communicate those wants and needs to your agent, and also be realistic about the fact that you're never going to find the perfect home, but you can probably find something pretty close. As your agent, what I will do is I will narrow down our search to about 4 to 5 homes, and we will go see those homes. And once again, I want you to follow your gut. I want you to feel confident. I want you to feel good in your body about living in this space. This is the space that you're going to be in every single day. This is the energy that you're going to be sitting in every single day. And I want you to feel good about the purchase, not only financially, but also mentally and energetically. So when we go look at a home, we're going to make sure it meets all of the criteria that you've given me first. And then we're also going to visualize and we're going to see, do you see yourself living in this home? And what's really fun also about the home search process is that you may find things that you love that you didn't even think about before, or you may find things that you thought you wanted that you can actually live without. And so your agent should be able to guide you through this process. And, while you're looking at all of the beautiful things like the fixtures and the wall color and the wood, as your agent, I'm going to be looking for things like cracks in the walls, cracks in the ceilings, anything that might be a serious issue if we were to go under contract and get an inspection. Now, I can make an entire long video about an offer to purchase, exactly what the terms are, but to give you a rundown, the things that you can negotiate or put in your offer are the price, the due diligence deposit, the earnest money deposit, the due diligence time period, as well as the closing date, and any conveyances that you might want, such as if you want the refrigerator, you do have to put that in the offer. So once the offer is submitted, it can either be accepted, rejected, or countered. Now, if it's countered, that gives you an opportunity for negotiation. You can negotiate the price, you can negotiate the due diligence money, you can negotiate time periods. There's a lot of things that can be negotiable, and your agent is going to handle those negotiations on the front end while speaking to you about what is important to you and what you are willing to be flexible on. Once the contract is signed by both parties and acceptance is communicated, then you are under contract. Oh my gosh, yay, so exciting. So when you're under contract, you enter the due diligence period. It's exactly what it sounds like. It gives you the opportunity to do your due diligence to decide if you want to move forward with the purchase. This is the opportunity that you have to do inspections, which is so important. I do not care if you have just moved into new construction, you still need to get it inspected. Sometimes these builders just be throwing these houses up and they have all types of issues. So you want to make sure that you get an inspection no matter where you are moving to. Now, according to the results of that inspection, we may need to get more inspections. Like if they see that there might be a termite issue, we might get a termite inspection. If they feel that there's moisture in the home, we might order a mold inspection. And at this point, you have the opportunity to negotiate repairs with the seller. Now, this is something that your agent, once again, is going to handle on the front end, but it's also something they're going to be talking to you about. So when it comes to negotiating repairs, I want you to woosah, take a breath, think about the things that you can do on your own. For example, let's say this fixture on the cabinet is a little bit loose. Maybe we don't request that repair because that's something that we can fix on our own. But if there's something going on with the HVAC, something that's more major, then we may request those repairs. But something to keep in mind in North Carolina specifically is that North Carolina is an as-is state, which means that the seller is not obligated to fix anything. But sometimes they will, because of course they want the contract to move forward so that we can get to closing. Every single thing in this process is negotiable, and if you have a good agent, they will be able to negotiate on your behalf. Something to keep in mind is that if you do terminate the contract within the due diligence period, you lose your due diligence money, but you can get your earnest money back. If you terminate the contract after the due diligence period, you lose both your earnest money and your due diligence money. During this time, your loan will go through underwriting and you will get what's called a full approval, which means that you are clear to close, that your finances checked out, and you can get this loan and continue on with the purchase. So now we're clear to close, and our closing date is actually technically the settlement date. The day where you, the buyer, and the seller are going to sign a variety of documents, financial documents, legal documents. We're gonna go over the closing disclosure. We're gonna go over your loan documents. You're gonna pay your closing costs, and I'm gonna do a whole video on closing costs and what that entails. Either way, you're gonna be forking over the money today to buy this home, and you're gonna do so in your closing attorney's office. If you don't have an attorney, it's okay. I have a preferred attorney as well that I can refer you to. Just keep in mind that the transaction is not closed until the deed is recorded. Once the deed is recorded, then you can get the keys and you can start to move into your new home, which is so exciting. Closing day is a really exciting day because that means that you are officially a homeowner. And I know that this video might have been a lot of information, but like I said, you can save it and come back to it as many times as possible. Also know that you can comment any questions, you can DM me any questions, you can even text or call me any questions if you have some as well. If you are ready to start the home buying process, you can go ahead and book a consultation with me through the link in my bio, and we'll talk about your goals and we'll go ahead and get the process started. Even though this might have been a lot of information, a good agent is going to be able to guide you through every step of the process. You should always be in the know about what's going on with your transaction. Your agent should be able to answer your questions. They should be able to support you through the transaction as well. So if you are in Charlotte and you are looking to buy or sell a home, you can call me at 980-428-9867 and I will get you started and we will make sure that everything is taken care of swiftly and efficiently.